So our first Graphie Award for Cloud Infrastructure Savings goes to David Fox and the team behind Adobe Behance. You guys heard the snapshot summary in Emil's keynote. Hopefully people got a chance to attend David's session and get more detail. They did something pretty amazing. They took this application that serves this community, global community of 10 million plus creative professionals, added functionality, improved performance, and dramatically reduced the infrastructure behind the application, making it a lot easier to maintain, going from 50 terabytes down to 40 gigabytes. And when you're paying, sort of paying per drink, running the taxi meter in the cloud, that adds up pretty fast. So phenomenal achievement here. I also wanted to give a special shout out. We've got a few folks from the Adobe Behance team here. One person that we don't have is Ko Uchiyama. He's part of the team that delivered really the next generation Behance platform. He's currently in the hospital. He's got a heart condition. He's recovering. And our hope was that if we gave him a shout out and really recognized what he and the team at Adobe have done with the new Behance platform, that it would give him just that little bit of extra positive energy to aid him in his recovery. Our Graph Vision Award for Artificial Intelligence goes to Comcast. Comcast has been a pioneer not just in the vision around the digital home, but in the execution around the digital home. What they've done is taken Graph and used it in a way that improves experiences for customers. By the way, like me, I'm a Comcast subscriber. And they do that across a wide variety of digital home services. The other thing that they found through their deployment of Neo4j and really use of Graph is that they now have a platform in place that will help them stay agile. If you're not paying attention, telco is a very competitive industry. It evolves very, very rapidly. So they get a little bit of future proofing so that as the market changes, and it will change, and it changes fast, and as the technology changes, that they're in a position to stay ahead, maintain their leadership, and deliver the best service for their customers. Our Graph Award for Risk and Compliance goes to Convergys. They implemented a fairly amazing GDPR solution. So speaking from my own experience, I was close to Neo4j's exercise around GDPR. And even on our small scale, this is a non-trivial exercise. And the consequences associated with getting it wrong are significant. And they're much more significant, and there's a lot more complexity when you scale it up to an organization the size of Convergys. What they did was across more than 10,000 employees, hundreds of tools, hundreds of clients, delivered a GDPR compliant solution built on Neo4j in only 4 months. Absolutely amazing. So the good news is they have followed the regulatory requirements in terms of GDPR compliance. They have almost certainly broken the laws of physics in doing this. I don't know how they pulled this off, but it's absolutely amazing. So congratulations to Lloyd Bird and the team at Convergys. Our Graph Impact Award for Digital Transformation goes to DXC Technology and David Stevens. DXC has done some pretty incredible things where they created this Digital Explorer solution built on Neo4j. What it does is integrate lots of different data about different market opportunities, and they use that then to make recommendations and show possibilities to their clients about what they might be able to do with certain forms of transformation projects. So far, that application has helped them and their clients identify more than $500 million with a B in business opportunity associated with digital transformation projects. So awesome stuff. So congratulations to David Stevens from DXC Technology. Our Graph Impact Award for Medical Research goes to Dr. Alexander Jarisch from the German Center for Diabetes Research. You heard about this in Emil's keynote. Hopefully you got to see the breakout. We are so proud to be working with an organization like this and really watching them push beyond the barriers of traditional research, beyond the barriers of traditional technology. I mean, there's no question, as they've said, they're building on the shoulders, they're standing on the shoulders of giants. They are leveraging research that has been done over decades. What they're doing is looking at it in a different way. They're looking at it through the graph lens to see if they can uncover new insights. And their hope and our hope is that these things can accelerate the discovery of new treatments and hopefully eventually someday a cure for diabetes, a disease that plagues millions, hundreds of millions of people around the globe. Our Graph Impact Award for Revenue and Reach goes to Vijay Vijayan and the team from eBay. So eBay is a very popular online, a very popular place to shop online. That said, it's the age of the internet, it's 2018. Your choices for where you can buy things online are practically limitless, like you could never explore them all in the rest of your lifetime. So discoverability is a huge issue. It's how do people find the things that you're selling. What Veda and the team were able to do at eBay was build an application that they call virtual browse nodes on top of Neo4j. And what it does is it merchandises their goods in a way that improves their rankings on Google and other search engines. And what's really cool about this is that it's what we see in a lot of cases. It's really this virtuous cycle when people get going with Graph, meaning that they deployed the application, they saw a surge in traffic to the site for people to buy products, and Google, of course, observes, and the other search engines observe all that traffic flowing to the site, which helps improve their search rankings, which helps draw more people to the site. So really fantastic stuff there. Great work delivered by Veda and the team at eBay. Our Graph Impact Award for Analytics goes to Graphon. They designed a tool to migrate data from relational databases to Neo4j. You won't be surprised to hear, if you didn't already know, that relational databases are the most common jumping off point for people to start their graph journey. On top of that, they built a really, really powerful graph analytics application. And what they're able to do now, they continue to push the envelope with technology. Now they've given their users the capability to explore large and complex graphs using technologies like augmented reality and virtual reality. Very, very cool stuff. So congratulations to Jose Alvarado Guzman and the team at Graphon. Our Graphie for Community MVP goes to Iryna Feurstein. Iryna's been a member of our community since 2014. She has built some pretty amazing graph applications that help people, for example, understand German regulatory information or toxicogenomics. She leads the Dusseldorf Graph Meetup and has built numerous models, published numerous sample data sets just to help people have their graph epiphany, to make it easy for people to understand, hey, what can these things do and what might they do for me? So great work by Iryna. We really appreciate everything that she has done. Our Graph Impact Award for Unstructured Data goes to Juit out of Brazil. What Juit has done is dramatically compress the legal discovery and research process from hours down to minutes. And if any of you have paid a high-dollar lawyer by the hour, you know that this is a high-value problem to solve. What they've done is consolidate information across more than 90 different courts, a couple 100 million lawsuits, tens of millions of verdicts. And what comes out of that is that they can understand how certain courts and certain judges lean in terms of interpretation of the law, in terms of how they apply prior legal precedent. So more effective legal research delivered in much faster time. So congratulations to the team from Juit. Our Graph Impact Award for Scalability goes to Ankit Srivastava from Microsoft. Microsoft has built a mega graph that incorporates a lot of different market data. And ultimately what that graph does for Microsoft is it helps their sales and marketing teams understand how to penetrate new markets, when, where, and how to go after new market opportunities. Microsoft, like Adobe, as Emil mentioned in the keynote this morning, Microsoft has been a leader for many, many years. When I got my first IBM PC, when I was in 4th grade playing Microsoft Adventure, Microsoft was on its way to becoming a leader. What they have done is navigate the transition to the cloud and the digital age in phenomenal fashion. So we're really, really proud of all the work that they've done and the scale of the graph that they've built on Neo4j. Our Graph Vision Award for Embedded Machine Learning goes to Brandy Freitas and the team from Pitney Bowes. They are using graph metrics essentially as innovative predictors to feed into their machine learning pipeline. That lets them analyze and understand patterns, see patterns emerge from the data, and that helps them identify money laundering, Ponzi schemes, other types of fraud. Very, very cool stuff, and to do it very quickly. I had the opportunity at our Graph Tour event this spring in Berlin to speak to the director of fraud for one of the world's largest banks. And I don't know a whole lot about fraud. What he told me was, Lance, fraud is an arms race. It's an arms race where the bad guys are always using new techniques and new technologies and upping their game. And so that requires us to do the same things. We've got to approach the problem in new ways. We've got to leverage new technology. We've got to do everything we can to stay ahead. And he mentioned examples like synthetic identities and mobile device hacking, right? All these different ways that are new for the bad guys to do things and commit fraud. So anyway, Pitney Bowes, great example of showing the power of a graph to combat various types of fraud in the constantly evolving threat of fraud. So if I can ask the individuals and teams that have been named to please stand up, please join me in congratulating and thanking our 2018 Graphie Award winners.